Hi guys, welcome back Petrolheads. I hope you are doing great and welcome back to another retro review. And today we have a very special car from up north. Namely, this is the Volvo V40. This is how the first generation of the car looked like, and this is the second generation. This exact model is from 2013 and it's equipped with 1.6 diesel engine, which produces originally 115 horsepower, but this car is a little bit tuned. It has 140 horsepower. So this is the front of the car. It looks really nice. It's a good looking car. In comparison to old Volvos, right, the bricky ones, this is the times when the Volvos started to do cars which were looking much more modern, more good looking. The hood has many curves. This is the back of the car. I think it's also very nice. It's quite big, let's say. It looks quite big. I really like the design of the light, of the rear tail lights. They look really nice. Now let's talk about the engine. Let's open the hood. So as I said, this is a 1.6 PSI engine. This is a French engine, right? But maybe many of you might think that this car is not the best, this engine is not the best, but it's really good actually. It takes power quite well, it is reliable. So the interesting part about this engine is that it's equipped with piezoelectric injectors. They are really good when it comes to fuel consumption. They are very economical. They also produce power really nicely. But they might be quite expensive when you need to change them, right? Because the electric part of the injector is quite difficult to repair. Some people claim it's not repairable, so you have to change the entire injector. So that would be the one quite expensive thing on this car. On this car it wasn't replaced, the injectors are still good, and the car at this point has almost 270 kilometers. The new owner did 50,000 kilometers with this car already. He tuned it, and the only things that he had to do were the timing belt, which is obvious, right? Change the oil and there's nothing more. Basically, this car is really reliable. When it comes to interesting facts about this car is actually the very first production car that was equipped with the front airbag for the pedestrian, right? So this is a very nice safety feature. And when we are on the safety feature, there is another one also on this car. Front is equipped with a radar. So when you are going below 30 kilometers an hour, for some reason you didn't or you don't notice someone stopping in front of you because you are, I don't know, busy somewhere else, you are not looking in front of you on the road, the car will stop automatically, right? So it's a nice safety feature, and it just shows you that Volvo cars are one of the best in the industry when it comes to safety. And I think it's a quite advanced feature for a car from 2013. Now let's go to the booth. Let's see how much things we can fit in there. Okay, so this is the boot. Don't mind some of the things. Yeah, it's not huge, but let's say the car is not, this is not a combi car, this is not an estate, so you wouldn't expect much, but I think you can put some stuff in here. Probably you can pack, I don't know, 2-3 people on some kind of a vacation, maybe. Okay, let's take the seat in the back. Okay, so yeah. So this car, I think it's a very good car for a small family. The seats are very comfortable. The material is quite nice in the touch. The only issue with this material, let's say, is that it likes to attract dirt. So that's maybe something that you need to bear in mind. But otherwise, there's quite a lot of space. It's a nice interior to be. Let's now take the seat at the front. Let's close the door so we have the full experience. Yeah, I like how this car like hugs you, let's say. Everything is really quite close to you. Everything is nice and feely. The steering wheel is quite beefy, to be honest, so it's really nice. We have the center screen in here. Yeah, it's really nice. So we have some glove boxes in here, also in here, of course in here. So there's quite a lot of things which you can put around. One negative immediately that I can notice just sitting in this car for the first time is that the view to the rear, through the rear window or through the rear mirror, is quite limited, let's say. And when you look at the back, you can see that the rear pillars are quite wide. So when reversing with this car, you have to be very careful. We also have the start-stop system in this car, but it can be disabled by the button. For me, it's a plus. So this is the key. Let's start this beast and let's go for a drive, see how this car behaves. Yeah, this car is equipped with 6-gear manual gearbox. Yeah, the throw is quite nice. It's short and it's very, very precise. Again, there's just a little bit of resistance when going through the gears, but it's really, really nice. I like this one. Let's go. Okay, so we'll see. As I've said, the throw in the gearbox is quite short. I really like it. You don't have to work and look for the gears, you don't know where. And this is the first time for me driving this car, and it's quite easy to go through the gears. Now let's see how the car accelerates. Okay, that's really good. You can actually feel the difference. Because, as I've said, the car is tuned. It has 140 horsepower, and I like how the tune was done. You could actually see it on the dyno, on the chart that I have shown you, that the power is not it's not immediate. It just goes very smoothly from the beginning to the end. So it's a not very aggressive punch, but you can feel that it's progressively going and just accelerating all the time through the entire gear. So it's a really, really nice tune. Okay, so first how the car feels. The brakes are really, really nice. Yeah, you can feel that they are working. They are not huge at any point, but the car is not extremely heavy. It's not big, so the car doesn't need extreme brakes, but it works really, really great. This car is actually on the original Volvo brakes, brake discs and brake pads, so definitely that's a plus. Have some friends on the road, watch out for them. I think those are pigeons. Look at the colors of them. Interesting. Look like they have been spray painted. What the okay, yeah, let's go. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll go as usual first for a little bit faster corners, so we'll see how the car handles in there. It's a little bit wet in here, so we'll wait until here and we'll see how the car behaves. See, yeah, we are doing 90 and it doesn't make any difference on the car. I would say the suspension feels very comfortable. It's not stiff, definitely, but at the same time it gives you confidence. It's not like you are driving and you are like, I don't feel confident enough to go in this corner and push the car a little bit, right? Okay, so now let's see what we can do in here. Okay, nice. Yeah, the acceleration is really nice on this car. After the mod, it accelerates really nice. I think overall probably the 115 horsepower would work here very well too, but since it's quite easy to tune this car, definitely that's something that you might think about. Okay, let's see if we can overtake someone in here. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, so we will have the corner ruined, but no worries. Since we are driving just behind the bus and we cannot go a little bit faster in the corners, we will have a chance for that later on. Let's just focus on how the car feels while driving, let's say in the traffic, just normally. I think it's really good in this sense that it's really quiet. There's not much noises from around coming, right? The only thing you can hear a little bit are the tires, but otherwise, even when we are driving around 100, 120. There's not much noise inside of the cabin, so definitely the car is well sound deadened, so that's really good, especially when you would think about going for a longer journey. So that's really nice. So as you can see, we are going slowly because we are in a residential zone, and you can see, when we look closer, you can see the consumption that the car presents now, and basically the moderate consumption from 100 kilometers, it shows 4.7. so this is exactly what I was saying about the fuel injectors. They are really good when it comes to fuel consumption. So yeah, you can, so this is in terms of fuel consumption and then driving around, this is a really cheap car, right? Because you don't have to spend a lot of money on the fuel. And what's actually interesting is that my friend told me that before the mod, before increasing the power, the car was actually consuming a little bit more fuel. Now it's consuming a little bit less, simply because it's more it's more powerful, so it's not it doesn't feel the accelerations that much, so you don't put that much pressure on it. Okay, so now I will just shut up and just let's enjoy the car. Another interesting part when we look at the dials in here is, of course we have the speedo, we have the rev counter, we have the fuel gauge, and as you can see we have some additional things here. So this one is actually like the eco, let's say, counter. It shows you if you are driving ecologically, basically. And on the right we have the gear change indicator. So basically, if it shows you the plus, it means that you are not driving ecologically. Let's go into 5th gear. As you can see, now we are very eco. When we go to the 4th gear, it will change probably. No, let's go to the 3rd gear. Okay, it didn't change. Now it changed. Okay, so it wants me to upshift. So I wouldn't recommend driving and listening to this one. First of all, it's boring as fuck. We don't want to be bored in cars. This is not what the cars are for. We just want to enjoy them, right? So driving ecologically and enjoying cars, this is not something that we can do at the same time. So yeah, we are not doing this shit. There's no rattles, no squeaks from the interior. Even this element, which is designed very, let's say, unusually, it's not making any noises. So yeah, it's really nice. So I would say the interior is really well put together. You don't hear any weird noises. So yeah, that's definitely a big plus, because as I've said, this is not a new car, so we might expect some things, but here, yeah, it's really quiet and really nice. Yeah, one thing I didn't mention, maybe, because I was talking about the suspension. Power steering, really nice in this car. It's not too light, it's not too heavy, it's perfect in between. You can actually feel where the wheels are. There's no, like, it's very precise. You can actually feel that you are turning, how much you are turning, you know what's happening to the wheels, and you can feel through the steering wheel what's happening with the wheels, in this sense that, for example, if one wheel is losing a little bit of a grip, you can immediately feel it on the steering wheel. So this is really nice. See, it's really wet in here. Okay. Okay, so we'll just put up into our usual spot and I will give you the final verdict of this car. In short, I would say probably 9 out of 10. Really good car, comfortable, good looking, economical. The engine is really good. You don't have many problems with it. So yeah, what more could you want? You can still, as you can see, it's a little bit wet today and I don't want to overdo it, but still you can enjoy the car in the corners. Really good gearbox, really nice feeling on the steering wheel, really good suspension, and of course you have many safety features, a quiet car, so good for long trips. Yeah, very good car. I would highly recommend this one. Since it's still not a very old car, you don't have problems with rust, and usually a Swedish car, Volvo cars, they were actually really well protected against the rust and all of that stuff, so I don't think there's much you should be worried about in here. So yeah, so maybe just keep in mind the injectors, that they are quite expensive. Otherwise, really nice car. That would be it for this retro review. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a like, a follow. If you don't like it, or maybe I didn't mention anything about the car, that there are some other issues that I didn't know, you can let me know in the comments. I would like to learn more about this car. But yeah, really enjoyable. 9 out of 10. See you guys on the next one. Cheers.